Diego Maradona, the genius who rose from the mud and became immortal. If you have no, born into poverty. He was born where dreams usually don't survive, where hope is a luxury and the future isn't planned. It's endured one day at a time. The 30th of October 1960, Villa Fiorito, the poor outskirts of Buenos Aires. A place where green fields are replaced by mud, where playgrounds are broken roads and rusted fences, where instead of asking, "What will you become?" people ask only one thing: how do we survive until tomorrow? That is where Diego Armando Maradona was born. His father was a factory worker, hands worn down, eyes tired. His mother was the heart of the family, a woman who performed small miracles so her children wouldn't go to bed hungry. 8 kids, one ball for all of them. There was no room for luxury in that small house, but there was room for a dream. For Diego, soccer was never just a game. Soccer was salvation, an escape from poverty, an escape from hopelessness, an escape from a reality that crushed others. He played for hours, barefoot, on ground that cut his feet, under burning sun and cold rain. The ball became an extension of his body. He slept with it. He talked to it. He trusted it more than people, and with every touch, he felt it. This wasn't a hobby. This was a path. At 8 years old, he was noticed. A boy with dirty knees and fire in his eyes was invited to the academy of Argentina's juniors. What the coaches saw defied logic. Small, skinny, but unstoppable. He dribbled without preparation, controlled the ball in crowds as if time slowed down, saw the field like a grown master, had an instinct you cannot teach. At 15, he made his professional debut. A child among men, a boy who feared no one. At 16, he played his first match for Argentina. Almost a teenager, carrying the hope of an entire nation. He stopped being just a footballer. He became a symbol, a voice for the poor, proof that even from the very bottom, you can rise toward the light. But fame brings pressure. People demanded miracles. They expected the impossible. They wanted a savior, a hero, a messiah. And he answered the only way he knew how. On the field, with the ball, with genius. Again, and again, and again. Because the story of Diego Maradona is the story of a boy from the mud, who didn't yet know that eternity was waiting for him. If you have no, Europe, money, and the first cracks. Before leaving for Europe, he fulfilled a childhood dream, wearing the blue and gold jersey of Boca Juniors. This wasn't just a club, it was a religion. La Bombonera, a stadium that breathes, screams, and prays. Here, soccer isn't entertainment, it's life. The stands lived with his name. The crowd didn't see a player, they saw a savior, a boy from the dirt who became one of their own. He played like he knew it was goodbye, like his heart already sensed that another world was coming. Cold, foreign, brutal. If you have no, 1,982. Europe reached out and placed record money on the table. Barcelona bought him like a jewel, a symbol, an investment. They expected magic. They expected spectacle. They expected him to change everything. But Europe didn't know how to deal with someone like Maradona. On the field, he was beaten. Not fouled, hunted. His legs became targets. His genius, a threat to be destroyed. Referees stayed silent. Stadiums whistled. The press tore him apart. Then came the blow that broke more than a bone. A broken ankle, a leg in a cast, a body without football, a soul without protection, illness, isolation, a foreign country, a foreign language, foreign faces. For the first time in his life, Diego lost control of reality. If you have no, that's when he started looking for escape. And he didn't find it on the field. Barcelona's nights opened up to him. Lights, music, alcohol, people who didn't say you must, but whispered, relax. Parties became routine. Alcohol dulled the pain. Drugs created the illusion of control. He ran from pressure, from expectations, from himself. What began as escape slowly became a trap. If you have known, the Copa del Rey final. Emotions boiled over. Hatred, humiliation, rage all exploded. The field turned into an arena. A mass brawl. Fists. Chaos. The cameras didn't capture a genius. They captured a man who lost control. Maradona's image in Europe was broken. The press passed judgment. The club turned away. Barcelona let him go. The world said he couldn't handle it. He burned out. He was talent, not legend. But the truth was different. This wasn't the end. These were the first cracks. Because sometimes, to become immortal, you must first fall so low that you push off from the very bottom. Naples, World Cup 1986, and immortality, 1984. The world turned away. Europe gave up. The giants didn't believe. Then Napoli signed him. A club without great titles. A city without respect. Southern Italy, poor, mocked, humiliated by the north. Naples lived in anger and humiliation. And that's where Maradona arrived. Not as a star. As one of them. He didn't just play. He fought. Against the rich clubs of Milan and Turin. Against referees. Against a system that didn't want Napoli to win. Every match was a battle. Every touch, a challenge. And the impossible happened. Napoli won Serie A. Then again, the Coppa Italia, the UEFA Cup. What hadn't been done in decades, Maradona did almost alone. Naples exploded. His portraits appeared in churches next to saints. Mothers named their children after him. His name entered prayers. He stopped being a footballer. He became a myth. Our World Cup 1986. Mexico. Heat. Altitude. Argentina wasn't the favorite. But it had one player, worth more than the entire team. Diego Armando Maradona. The match against England. This was more than soccer. Politics. The memory of the Falklands War. Pain. Pride. History. The stadium boiled. The first goal. The hand of God. 55th minute. The ball floats into the box. Maradona, small, against a tall goalkeeper. He jumps. A moment of silence. A moment of illusion. The ball is in the net. Goal. But how? Replays reveal the truth. He touched it with his hand. Was it cheating? Yes. Was it genius? Yes. Was it destiny? Without question. Later, Maradona would say, "It was a little with my head and a little with the hand of God." He knew what he was doing. He knew the world would split in two. And he accepted it. For Argentina, it wasn't a crime. It was justice. The second goal. The goal of the century. Minutes later, eternity. The ball at midfield. Maradona starts running. 1 defender. 2. 3. 4. 5. Half the field. The ball glued to his foot. Time stops. The goalkeeper beaten. The shot. Goal. The commentator screams. The world freezes. This wasn't just a goal. It was proof that a football god existed. Argentina became world champions. Maradona became a legend. He lifted a trophy that weighed more than gold. It carried the fate of a nation. This was the peak. The absolute summit. There was nowhere higher to go, because from there, only the fall remained. But from that moment on, the name Maradona belonged not to time, but to eternity. The fall, scandals, and final years. Fame always has a price. And when you are a god to millions, the bill comes without warning. And Maradona paid it in full. The dark side of Naples. Mafia connections. Endless nights. Cocaine becoming a daily necessity. 1,991, a positive drug test. A 15-month suspension. 1,994, the World Cup in the USA. A comeback. Hope. Then another test. Ephedrine. He's led away from the field. Not just suspended, exiled. His body betrayed him. Heart problems. Weight gain. Surgeries. Rehab. Relapses. He returned and fell again. As a coach, he was emotional, chaotic, passionate. He loved the game. But football no longer saved him. It only reflected his pain. Yet, even broken, he remained a symbol. IT. 2020, the end of the road. The 25th of November 2020. The world stopped. Diego Maradona died at 60. Buenos Aires drowned in tears. Millions said goodbye. Miles of people in line. He was flawed. He was brilliant. He was real. IT. Final monologue. Maradona was never perfect. He was human. He failed loudly. Fell publicly. Destroyed himself while fighting wars inside his heart. But when he stepped onto the field, everything else disappeared. Stadiums fell silent. Time slowed down. The ball obeyed. He gave people faith. Faith in miracles. Faith in talent. Faith that greatness can be born. Not in palaces, but in mud. He gave hope to the forgotten. A voice to the unheard. Pride to the humiliated. He fought opponents, systems, and destiny itself. Sometimes unfairly. Sometimes emotionally. Always honestly. He was a sinner. He was a genius. He was a man. And that is why he never disappeared. Because legends aren't the ones who never fall. Legends are the ones who fall and still make the world believe. Maradona is gone. But as long as somewhere, a barefoot kid kicks a ball, believing soccer can change his life, Maradona is alive. Not in statistics, not in archives, but in hearts. And that's why he isn't just a legend. He is immortal.